All that shortly, but first to news just coming in. India has sent out a note verbale to Pakistan on the harassment of Indian diplomats on the 20th of June. Remember, 6 cases of diplomatic harassments have been reported. Indian envoy to Pakistan was tailed aggressively on his visit to Nathia Gali on the 13th of June. And that matter has now been emphasized and action has been sought as a part of that note verbale that has been sent out to Pakistan by India on the harassment of Indian diplomats. Let's tell you more about what the specific details are. 6 cases of diplomatic harassments have been reported. Indian envoy to Pakistan was tailed aggressively on his visit to Nathia Gali on the 13th of June, and that matter has now been taken up by the Indian side. Let's get in further details now from our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant, tell us a little bit more about what India has stated in that note verbal. And we have been talking time and again about the cases of diplomatic harassments that continue in Pakistan in spite of assurances that have been given out by the other side.
Well, this is a case involving harassment of Indian diplomats. 6 cases have come to light, including Indian envoy's car being aggressively chased in Nathia Gali, which is, of course, a hill station in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. But what is important is it's coming in the backdrop of the 1st of June incident, where the Indian High Commission had organized an iftar party at a hotel in Islamabad, and we saw visuals as well that how the guests were harassed and asked not to go for that iftar party. So clearly there hasn't been any change despite public protests by New Delhi on the 1st of June incident. New Delhi had, of course, given a note verbal regarding that incident as well. But despite India's repeated note verbals and asking Pakistan not to indulge in such kind of behavior, Pakistani agencies are continuing to engage in behavior which, of course, goes against the diplomatic norms. And harassment of Indian diplomats is not new in Pakistan. We know the incident happened, there were many incidents which happened in early 2018, after which both India and Pakistan agreed that they should not happen, and they came up with similar releases from both New Delhi and Islamabad. Then again the incident started in December of 2018 when Indian diplomats were harassed, the electricity was cut, the internet was in a speed in which no website would have opened, and also we saw that whenever there were guests who were invited at Indian diplomats' house, when they came out, they were asked questions about what happened, what transpired with their meetings with the Indian diplomats. So such kind of behavior has become a norm now, but it has now gone to a certain level which is against all diplomatic norms, and that is why New Delhi has repeatedly asked Islamabad to at least respect the international diplomatic norms. But clearly the security agencies, the spy agencies, of course, have been doing the other way around and not respecting the basic diplomatic norms which New Delhi has urged repeatedly to Islamabad.
Absolutely, a string of incidents of diplomatic harassment that continue in Pakistan. In the latest that's just coming in, India has sent out a note verbal to Pakistan on the harassment of Indian diplomats again. Remember, 6 cases of diplomatic harassment have been reported. Indian envoy to Pakistan in one of those cases was tailed aggressively during his visit to Nathia Gali on the 13th of June. And all of those instances have prompted India to take up the matter very strongly and issue that note verbal to Pakistan. We're going to leave it there for the moment. Siddhant, appreciate your joining us on the broadcast with the very latest.